Hey guys, so I'm back with another video. It's been a while. I wanted to talk about my journey, like with my cycle and everything. What's been like a little update on my life. It's been so long since I made one of these videos, but I told myself for 2024 that I wanted to like get back in it. So be patient with me. I have a cold. I've been sick for like a week now. So I might take a few breaks just to blow my nose and disregard if I sound like shit or anything. But yeah, it's so hard just to get a video or do anything by myself. So hard. So yeah, back to what I was saying. I feel like I should be doing this horizontally. I hope this is better for you guys. The horizontal. So yeah, I have a cold. Like I said, I've been taking the liquid Mucinex. I got it from my little sister because I didn't want to go to the store at the time, and I was like so stuffy and I couldn't breathe. I still can't breathe. So I finished that bottle and I was just like, yo, I want to continue taking the same medicine I've been taking. So I started getting this one instead of the liquid because it's so nasty. And I'm getting to find out that this is what the girls is using to get pregnant, like saying that it helped them become more fertile. You know, me, I'm not really worried about that. I've been on birth control for 14 years. I came off more than a year ago. First of all, now I gotta backtrack. Give me a second. So let's talk about why I even got on birth control in the first place. I'm 28, so if I've been on it for 14 years, I've been on it since I was 14. At this point, I'm not even sexually active. It don't got nothing to do with sex. Because people be thinking like, oh, you on birth control, you a hoe. Maybe. But that's not why, like, I started going on birth control, you know? I got on birth control because my periods was so terrible. Like, first of all, I got my period when I was 10 years old. I was in 5th grade. I remember like it was yesterday. I called my mom. I had a cell phone. The little flip one. Listen. And I called my mom. I was like, I'm bleeding. And she was so happy. She was like, congratulations. And I'm like, what? Like, why are you congratulating me? She's like, oh, I'll talk to you when you get home. Whatever. So this shit is a little too loud for me. Hold on. Yeah, I turned on the TV. So when I got home, she took me out to dinner because I got my period. Like, I think we went to Red Lobster or something. We went somewhere. And I was just trying to figure out why she's so happy I'm getting my period. She was like, oh, it means that you're a woman. You can have babies. You can get pregnant right now. Like, she was just so happy that I got my period. And I was like, okay. She was asking if I got cramps. I didn't have cramps the first time I got my period. You understand? But, like, every month forward, my cramps was unbearable, literally. Like, I'm finishing Midol. I'm finishing Tylenol. Like, I'm finishing Aleve. Nothing is really working, you know? Not only that, we went on vacation, family trip. We was in Jamaica. So the trip was like 2 weeks long. Let me turn this down just in case it's too loud. The trip, like I said, I'm sick. So if I'm doing a lot of, you know, I'm stuffy, I'm congested right now. We was in Jamaica, family trip. The trip was like 2 weeks long. And I had a blast. But by like the second week of the trip, my period came. So now I can't go swimming. I can't do nothing, you know? I was just getting irritated. And I'm sitting here waiting for my period to be over. It was always heavy as fuck. Like, always lasting 5 or 7 days. Like, you know? Alright. So, now the trip's over. I'm back home. Can y'all believe I'm still bleeding? This is when I was 14 years old, like I said. Back in 2009, I think, or some shit. If the maths is wrong, I'll just know that this is an estimate. It's been mad long. So, I get back from Jamaica, I'm still bleeding. Another week passed. It's been 2 weeks now. I'm still video cut off. So, 2 weeks, I'm still bleeding. 3 weeks, I'm still bleeding. It's been a month now, and I'm still bleeding. You know? like I said, my period was not light. It was heavy. Like when you turn on the water from the sink, yeah, it was heavy. Like I'm running through pads. I'm running through Tylenol, you know? It was just really bad. Sometimes I used to like pass out when I get my period. I used to not go to school, not go to work when I get my period. This is how bad my period was. I would throw up when I get my period. You understand? Like my shit was never regular. I even spoke to my mom. I'm like, was your periods like this when you was younger, or am I just an unlucky motherfucker? Like, what's really going on? And she was like, no, she used to get really bad periods, and she used to want to run in front of a train. It was so bad. So I asked her what helped or whatever. She said when she had me and my brother at 28, 29, 29 years old, maybe 30. Yeah, so basically when she had kids is when her period started to get better. But back to me. Back to me being a 14-year-old virgin bleeding for a month. Now it's been a month and a half. And I'm still bleeding, really heavy too. So now I'm getting worried, like I'm losing too much blood, and my mom was worried too. She's like, I'm gonna take you to my doctor. So I started going to the doctor, gynecologist at this point, and the lady's like, she did a blood test, she did everything, and she's like, your hormones, they're like this. She showed it to me on the paper, and my mom was like, oh, that's why you've been acting so crazy. That's why, me and her wasn't seeing eye to eye when I was younger. We still don't see eye to eye sometimes, but when I was younger, yeah, it wasn't good at all. At all. So, yeah. She said the only way to fix it is to go on birth control. Literally. She said you could go on it for a month and stop taking it, and your period should stop. Because the goal was to make my period stop at this point. But she did say that if I stop, like later on, it might go back to being messed up. So I'm like, I kind of want to stay on it forever, So I started taking the pill. The first birth control I went on, I don't remember the name, but I know I changed a couple times. I'm going to get into all of that. So I went on the birth control and my period stopped. I was so happy. I went from bleeding for 2 months to my period stopping with this birth control. So now it's been 3 weeks later, time for the sugar pills. Time for me to get my period again. So my period comes this time and I still get these kilograms, but now when I'm taking like Tylenol or Aleve or whatever, now the pain is becoming more bearable. I'm not passing out, I'm not throwing up, I'm still fucked up, but it's not as bad. So I got to like the birth control is what I'm trying to say. Now years go by, I'm still on the birth control. I kind of never ever wanted to come off that shit, as you guys could see, because I stayed on it for 14 years. Like I probably came off maybe like once or twice. I think when I was 21 I had a little slip up. I came off it, and then I started dealing with my ex, and then I had to get back on the birth control is what I'm saying. But we skip that. Back to like when I'm a teenager. I did an ultrasound to figure out what's going on. She told me that she thinks she sees a dermoid, which is like a growth of some shit. I didn't like how that sounds, so I just never went back to even think about that. Like I never followed up with that. Moving along. She also said that she sees cysts on my ovaries and that I might have endometriosis. So now I know I got PCOS and I might have endometriosis, but she said it can't be confirmed through ultrasound or some shit. I don't know. I hope you guys can hear me. The blender is going on out there. I really wish she wasn't even home, but moving right along. I just wanted to stay on the birth control forever. Like, it didn't make my period easy, but it made it so much better, is what I'm trying to say. And then it got to a point where I'm talking to my doctor regular on the phone. I'm like, yo, I don't want to be on my period every month. It's too heavy. It lasts, longer than I wanted to. It definitely got shorter. It got regular with the birth control. That's number one. Ain't no 2 weeks bleeding, none of that. But I would be bleeding for like almost a week, almost a whole week. I would say like 6 days. So I'm like, yo, I don't want to be on the birth control sugar pills this long anymore. I want to go straight through. So she prescribed me like a 3-month pack. It was like 3 months and then you get your period. And then you go 3 months and then you get your period again. It was Seasonique or some shit. A little while after that, maybe like a year or two, she told me it was something wrong with it. She switched me again. So Seasonique, I loved it. She didn't like it after a while. And she switched me from that to Junelle FE. So now what she told me to do, at this point, I'm a pro. It's been years on birth control. I'm probably like 18, 19 now. She's like, yo, when you get to the 3rd week, skip the sugar pills and start a new pack. Just skip your period, you know? And don't do it too often, but go like 2 or 3 months without it, and then let your period come. She was like, try to mimic the Seasonique. So Seasonique was 3 months, and then your period. She said, do the same thing with this pack. Go through 3 packs, and then let your period come, whatever. So I did that. Sometimes I got a little carried away. I would do 4 months, no period, you know? Anyway, made my period way more manageable. I'm able to go to work or school now because my period is even light. Did I tell y'all that my period got lighter with the birth control? It made my period lighter. And now I could control how long I want my period to be. Like if I don't want to bleed for too long, I'm stopping the sugar pill right here on like the 4th day and I'm starting a new pack. You know, and I kind of trained my period to be how I want it to be with the birth control. Fast forward, I graduated. I got a good job. I got a house. I just was like, you know what? Let me just stop taking the birth control. Even though at this point, December 2022 is when I said I'm done with birth control. I've been on it too long. I want to be able to have kids. I don't know if I can have kids. I never, ever been pregnant, ever. Like, you know? So, I'm not on birth control no more. All of 2023. Because like I said, December 22, I stopped taking the pills completely. I called her and I told her to. She was like, okay. You know, just know that you could get pregnant right now. I think she forgot that she told me that I got PCOS and maybe endometriosis because I went the whole year not getting pregnant. Not that I wanted to, you know, but sometimes you just want to know if you can. Like when you're, the girls who get it. I don't got to be doing too much, you know. I've never been pregnant. I kind of want to know if I could get pregnant, you know. Anyway, back to last year. I met the love of my life in March last year. We was just talking. I wasn't really feeling him at first. I'm not gonna lie to you. He was cute, but he was just another nigga. So, moving on. I didn't really give him the time of day. Like, we were talking on the phone every day. That's number one. From March. But in May is when we actually, you know? So, since then, I've been locked in with him. I ain't been with nobody else. Everybody else who I was talking to got cut off. Fast forward to last September, we got married. So I've been with him, I don't know if I should even count from March or May, but either way, I've known him for less than a year, even right now. We've been married 4 months now, and I've known him for less than a year, and I'm at the point where I'm like, maybe it's time. I'm not pressing it, but I know that if you do, like when you do want to have kids, you need to start doing things before that because it could take, well, it's already been more than a year since I've been on birth control. But as you can see, it could take a long while. Like, and let me tell you, when I came off the birth control, I started noticing things like my face started breaking out. I'm getting chin hairs, and then I started remembering everything about PCOS and insulin resistance and everything. And I'm like, at this point, I just wanted to work on me with me. Like, I didn't want to call the doctor. You know, I let her know I stopped taking the pill, but I just wanted to do things for me, like figure out what works for me. And that's what this video is really about. You know, although I'm giving y'all an update and everything. It's the only way I could get my video done. Yeah. So, yeah, it got so bad. My period was missing like 50 something days late type shit. It was ridiculous. So, once I seen that, I knew I had to do something. And I started taking Inositol in September, so it's been like 4 months. Um, Aside from that, I started like making dietary changes. I'm trying to eat less meat. I try to eliminate red meat, but it's hard. Definitely hard. Because my mom be trying to make oxtail and shit like that. So, you know, pizza. I try to cut down on dairy completely. Like, even when I get hot chocolate, I get vegan hot chocolate. I try to eat plant-based sometimes. I'm trying my best. It's really so hard. But those changes, number one, without doing anything other than taking inositol, my period came back. It's been regular since. Like, it's been coming every month. It's been off by like a day or two, but I could tell that it's trying to get back regular. Pluck the chin hairs. My face was a lot worse than this. I'll try and look for a picture. But the inositol. So the main thing that the inositol did for me, I don't got cramps no more. Like, my period cramps used to be treacherous. Like, when it comes on, it's sharp. I can't walk straight. I have to like bend over. I'm always like curled up, you know? I don't get cramps like that no more. It went from like a 9.5 to like a 2. Since I started taking this pill. Without doing nothing else. That's a game changer. Like, I'm just so glad that I found this out from TikTok. Like I said, ain't no doctor put me onto this. This was me trying to find out shit to help me. Now that I'm not on birth control, I'm trying to get rid of the hormones and trying to just get back, you know, clean from all of that shit. I just want to be regulated so that when I'm ready to have kids, I can have them. That's number one. This shit by itself, magical. Now, you could take whichever one. It don't gotta be this one, but they said that it should be one that has the 40-to-1 ratio. And you could see that somewhere on the bottle. It's blurry, but just know that you're looking for a 40-to-1 ratio. And if you want to get into detail and look up what that means, then by all means you do that. I don't care, because the shit works. And that's all that I needed to know. So, aside from that, I've been drinking like different teas, raspberry leaf tea, spearmint tea. They said helps. It was so nasty, but I got used to it at this point. And I've been like rubbing castor oil on my belly button, except for when I'm on my cycle. Whenever I'm bleeding, I was told by TikTok not to do that because it will make you bleed more. But when you're not on your period, rub some castor oil on your belly button. You'll be good to go. I've been trying to eat more vegetables. I've been trying to drink. Let me tell y'all. I've been trying to drink more water. I heard this is the key to life. Like, I've been hearing that, but I just didn't really care, you know, to drink water like that. But now that I'm drinking more water and now that I'm doing everything else, it's just so many changes, and I'm just like finally feel like I'm getting to that point where I'm clean from the birth control. Like I said, I've been on it for 14 years. The longest I've ever been off of it was maybe like a month or 2. This is something I've been doing consistently. I didn't take no year break, none of that. Been on it for 14 years. Aside from that, what else I've been doing? I'll tell y'all about another supplement I started taking. So this is another supplement I've been taking just because from reading the ingredients that's on it, I really, really like it. I feel like these are some good, this is something, like the stuff that's in it was appealing to me. And that's why I started taking it. It got sea moss in it. It got maca in it, black seed oil, ashwagandha, bladderwrack, turmeric, manuka honey, can't pronounce this, echinacea, zinc, ginger root, quercetin, I don't know what that is, vitamin C, nettle leaf, dandelion root, chlorophyll. I was taking chlorophyll at one point. I would put it in my water and drink it. And that basically like helps you just stay clean, smell good. You don't have no stink breath. I ain't never had stink breath to begin with, but chlorophyll I just heard is good for you, so I've been taking it. Some things don't need to be so complicated. Elderberry, I know is good for your immune system. Vitamin D3, we all need that. Like, come on now. If you don't want to take this by now, that's your business. But I started taking it. I don't really see much difference, but I feel like it's good for me, so I'm gonna keep taking it until I feel like I don't need to. Yeah, so 2025, I'm gonna be 30 years old in July. Like I said, I'm 28. In July, I'll be 29, and 2025 is really like my year, you know. I don't really have to say everything, but I got a lot going on, and I have things I'm looking forward to for next year. And so I want to be able to have a baby by next year, you know? Now that I'm actually in the, because people be like, oh, she can't have kids. I never fucking tried, nigga. Like, I never tried to have kids. Like, let's talk about that. I got off birth control more than a year ago now. You know, all right, nothing happened. But now I'm doing what I need to do. And if that don't work, then I'll start looking at other options, like fertility options. I'm not trying to have no baby until next year. But I know that I need to start this year if I want to be pregnant by the end of this year. You know? The girls that get it. But otherwise from that, oh, how could I forget? I'm going to put that in the next video. So, let me sum it up for y'all. No dairy, less meat, organic meat if you're going to eat it, more vegetables, way more water, Inositol, and aside from all of that, whatever I told you before that I'm missing right now, I also started using organic pads. I started using honey pot pads like 2 cycles ago. So it's still kind of new to me. I will never go back to a regular pad. I didn't like the sizzling feeling, like the tingling, burning, minty feeling. Like, nobody coochie want to be feeling like they're using icy hot. But I got used to it. And every cycle it gets easier. It's like, it doesn't bother you at some point. So just keep doing it. If you don't like it, it will get better. And if you don't, that's your preference. But I like it. And I put my sister on. They're not that expensive. I ordered them on Amazon. $8 for like 20 pads. Y'all be making things look so complicated till I come try it. And it's not that bad. But, yeah. If I'm missing anything. I don't think I'm missing anything. Honestly. Like, coconut oil. Good for your coochie. But, yeah, I think that's all. I did my best that I can remember right now. If anything comes to me when I'm editing this video, I'm really looking around the room to try and see like if I forgot nothing, but I don't think I did. And I'm so damn easily distracted, so I don't want to get too lost right now, get off topic. But yeah, I just want to be happy, which that's where I'm at right now. No period cramps is crazy. I used to like die when I get my period, and now I have none. The effects was, I felt the effects of the Inositol literally like that month that I got my period. Like, I got my period this month and I started taking it. When my period came that next time, no cramps. I'm never gonna not take this shit. I try and take it consistently every day. It's 4 pills. 4 pills at once. I take it at night. A lot of people take it in the morning. Whatever works for you. I heard it helps you with sleep. So I don't know why I would be taking this shit in the morning, but whatever works for you. I just told myself, like, I want to do whatever makes me happy. I want to be the best me I could be. And to do that, you got to do some work on yourself. You know? Oh, how could I forget? I got a little bike downstairs. It's really my mom's bike. It's like the Peloton, knockoff Peloton, because we don't got Peloton money. And just go on it for however long I feel like going on it every day, every other day, as much as I can, because I'm trying to be more active. Because, you know, PCOS got to do with insulin resistance, which I didn't even know. I never had, like, a sugar problem. But then if you keep getting recurrent yeast infections and stuff, it's going to start making sense. Like, oh, you know, this could be related to having sugar, a lot of sugar in your body. I'm not pre-diabetic or nothing like that, but my numbers were kind of close for someone like me, in my opinion. I don't think I eat a lot of sushi. Like, back to the teas and stuff, I don't put no sugar in them. I don't. I try to minimize the amount of sugar that I'm taking in every day. Because PCOS will have you craving. It will have you hungry, have you want to do things that you should not be doing. So every day is like a battle. It was like a battle between myself and myself. But I'm finally at that point now where I'm like, yeah, I'm good. So just trying to help y'all out, share what works for me, what I've been doing. And hopefully this video can help someone else. If you guys know anyone who's suffering from terrible periods, who has PCOS or endometriosis or whatever, tell them to, if they don't do shit else, if they don't do nothing else, please. They got the powder version people put in their drinks and all of that. I don't got time to be doing calculations and shit. And I don't really want to mix shit in my drink. But whatever works for you. Like, what I'm saying is there's an alternative to everything. Like, you don't have to do it like this. You could do it like this. As long as you're doing it. So, just be patient. You know, give yourself time. I swear by this shit. Stop suffering. Stop thinking that it's natural to have killer cramps. Because it's not. You know? Like I said, I'm not pressed for the baby thing. But toward the end of this year, oh, we gonna make some shit happen. We gonna try and work something out. Because I'm gonna need that by next year. How could I forget this other update? I started my locks in October. So I have my wig right on top of my locks. I think in life you should just do what you want to do. Do what makes you happy. You know, help others when you can. If you know something and it could be beneficial to somebody, don't keep it to yourself. You know? I don't know. God, I feel like he uses me to bless others. And so I just want to run that up to its maximum. Like, I want to do my best at that. Thank you for watching my video. Like, share, and comment. Send it to someone who you think it could help. Do your research. What works for me might not work for you. What works for you probably won't work for me. We're two different individuals. So